I'm convinced that America's days are brighter in the future, even than they have been in the past.
He looks like a president. He runs his company very well. He ran the '02 Olympics very well. And the question is, will this be a hurdle? Glenn, I can tell you that I've talked to a number of evangelical leaders who do not think that this is going to be a problem. And if evangelical leaders can put the Mormonism aside, it is just possible that Mitt Romney will take off like Glenn Beck's ratings.
Yeah. What do you think of him as an opponent? We're looking at him right now. He has the perfect chin, the perfect hair. He looks right. He looks like a Mountie. He looks like from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Can that guy capture the hearts of the American people? Steve McMahon.
That's a question that remains to be seen. He certainly does look presidential.
Yeah, he's got a
that's his play.
How important in this world is Romney's appearance, which, I mean, you can't get more presidential looking than Mitt Romney. I mean, look, if you were to make up a guy, this would be the guy, you know, that looks presidential. He's got the jaw going on, the little gray thing in there, and I think that means a lot in America.
Well, I do too, but when you back it up with the fact that he's competent too, he ran a pretty tight Olympics, and you know, this is the guy who invented Staples, and I think he understands a step-by-step business plan, and I think the Staples thing's going to come out as adversaries best keep their head up, because it'll be death by 1,000 paper cuts with Romney. It'll be a very organized...
The Staples department store, is that what you're saying?
Staples office stores. I think that
the office
Romney
stores.
was there at the beginning of that.
Oh, okay, now.
So, I mean, he's a pretty savvy guy. Not only does he look good, he's good at what he does.
Everything I know about Romney speaks very well of that. I've got a lot of friends who say he lights up a room when he comes in. He's got a fine personality. He's friendly. He's an extremely handsome man, as his father was, and he's always got a big smile.
Well, he's got a great chin, I've noticed. Does that mean, does that mean he might not have a glass jaw, is what I'm asking. Let's take a look here.
I'm afraid his dad did.
Governor Romney, respond to the mentioned reference to you by Senator McCain.
Thank you. Of course we get Osama bin Laden and track him wherever he has to go and make sure he pays for the outrage he exacted on America.
Do we move heaven and earth to do it?
We'll move everything to get him. But I don't want to buy into the Democratic pitch that this is all about one person, Osama bin Laden. Because after we get him, there's going to be another and another. This is about Shia and Sunni. This is about Hezbollah and Hamas and Al-Qaeda and the Muslim Brotherhood. This is a worldwide jihadist effort to try and cause the collapse of all moderate Islamic governments and replace them with a caliphate. They ultimately want to bring down the United States of America. This is a global effort we're going to have to lead to overcome this jihadist effort. It's more than Osama bin Laden, but he is going to pay, and he will die.
Okay. Let me ask you about Mitt Romney. You know, I watched him on the Today Show this morning. He looks like $1 million. Everything is perfect. Everything about him is perfect. His look, his manner, everything. The shirt, never rolled up sleeves. The tie always tied.
He's a Republican candidate running for president who raised $23 million in the first quarter of the campaign.
Welcome to Harvey.
Thank you. How are you today?
And while showing some strength at the polls,
We came here to see you.
many say he even looks presidential.
Nice to meet you.
Matt, I think your interview and your analysis is exactly on target. Mitt Romney is seen as someone who looks presidential with the business and CEO experience. I think the reason that he's under the microscope is that some of his positions that he took as governor have evolved now that he's become a more conservative presidential candidate.
I think, you know, whether it helps him in Iowa, New Hampshire, I mean, voters are going to look at him and have a visceral reaction. Guy looked presidential. It was a speech that was bigger than sort of the politics of the moment.
He got verklempt there, you know, to use a Saturday Night Live term. I mean, he really got emotional when he talked about the patriotic meeting of the First Continental Congress, and how everybody had a different religion and they got together on prayer. Well, it worked for a lot of us.
One thing some people were looking for is the sort of shame on you quality also for people who were questioning his faith. And if he had used some of Huckabee's rhetoric, America is better than this. It may have served.
In other words, Huckabee, back off.
Mitt Romney did well, and good luck from this point forward trying to paint this man as some survivor of Jonestown. He is an accomplished governor. He was an accomplished businessman, an extraordinary businessman. And this, as we say in the South, with evangelicals all around us, that dog just won't hunt anymore, and it won't.
If you've ever seen his wife and kids, this is a model American family. They're all attractive. They all got the look of the first family look. And the more that he brings that in, the more successful he's going to be. We want to vote for a family person. We want to vote for a family man or family woman. So that was a very effective communication.
Yeah. There is electricity in the air. The game is afoot. You're the expert. Call the 2012 election right now. Who's going to take the Republican nomination? And remember, we're videotaping this. Mitt Romney didn't garner much support in his first run for president. Right. Was it the shaggy, unkempt nature of his hair that did him in?
Well, that could be. Well, he finished second, and that's the good news.
Romney's got the look of a president, doesn't he?
Sure he does.
I mean,
I think
good-looking man. Good-looking man.
Absolutely. He's got a beautiful family. And
gun to your head, yes or no? Gun to your head, yes or no?
About his looks?
Come on. Gun to your head.
I'll say this about Romney.
What?
Romney, if you follow the history of the Republican Party, Ronald Reagan finished second in '76, nominee in '80. George Bush finished second in '80, nominee in '88. History says Mitt Romney will be the nominee in 2012.
So I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.